Got a little side drift here with some, I think that's just vent line, but it's made out of asbestos. So, see, they were putting old drill steels and hangers and whatever they could to keep the rail engaged in this section. For whatever reason, it was not cooperating with them. A lot of airflow. Got a flat car right here. That's pretty cool. Weird how they built a wall right there. And there's just a void in front of me. See what we've got here. Oh, holy cow. This is a ginormous stope. Whoa. That's insane how deep this one is. That's easily 200 feet to what looks like the bottom there. I'm not even sure if that's the bottom though. Do the rock test. That's a big stope. And it looks like the drift used to go and then it was stoped from below. So yeah, this is ginormous. You can't really get a perspective of the scale here. We'll drop another rock. Get some more light on the situation here. You can see what almost looks like a lower level way down there. So, pretty big stope.
Oh my God.
So we finished investigating the ginormous hole. See what else is back in here. Kind of an interesting little flat car. Just all they needed to build these were probably just wheels, axles, and everything else could be built with wood. So some more remains of flat cars. Places like flat car hell. Let's see what we've got over here. So this is the other side of those, that asbestos duct that we saw. There's an old ore car. Looks like a 1 ton. That kind of looks like a failed stope. There, maybe we'll climb over that. But right here, we have these really weird noodles, formation noodles. I don't even know how these would form. Never kind of seen anything like that before. I think that's a bullhorn, sort of. Anyways. Let's see what's down this way. This is where I feel all the airflow, and there's modern Victaulic airline in here, so it's probably something. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful ore car. Oh, that's a nice one. Sneak by it here. No builder plate. All right, what do we have here? A whole bunch more of that, I believe it's asbestos duct line. And probably nothing down there. I hear it raining. Whoa. This looks like a shaft. It's just pouring water down. I mean, look at the amount of material that's come down from here. Yeah, holy shit. Let's get over here. Wow. I want to get a look at it, but I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do because that's a rather large hole. Wow. Super cool. Oh, all right. Looks like we got old powder box here and just a pile of pipe. Big frog for the rail. That's how you build a switch, is with one of those. It's called a frog. Right here, we have a locomotive by the looks of it. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's either diesel. I think it's diesel. Wow, that's super cool. This is a pretty big locomotive. It probably was not in the best of shape. That's why they left it, I'd imagine. And then over here you can see back over to the other side where we just were. Remains of some carts right here. Yeah, look, you can see the other end. Get another look at this ginormous stope. Yeah, it's pretty big. It goes a good 50, 60 feet above where I am kind of standing on the edge. See the rail that's just hanging. That's pretty insane. I'll head back over to the shaft station. Well, I'm pretty pleased so far with what's in here. That's pretty nice locomotive. Here's some little dog hole that goes up somewhere. Not sure where, but wow. quite a little low-key here. I'm tempted to say this is a gas. I don't think it's diesel. It just doesn't look like it. It's the radiator on it. Another look back towards the shaft station here. Not sure what this is. Oh, this is really neat. Thing's just gone though. And this is in such poor shape. I think what we'll try and do is cross. I'll put the camera away and we'll see if we can get through the other side. It looks like there's a big old collapse, but maybe there's a way around it to the right. So I'll meet you guys over there. A lot of calcite in the rock here. It's just like all white. Oh, look at this. Bunch of aragonite. Oh wow, look at these. Those are incredibly long. You see they've been like sculpted by the airflow. It's rather interesting. Wow. I've never seen them. Yeah, how does it even hold, supporting itself on its own weight here? Look at how big this thing's got to be 4 feet long. Wow, it's like a forest of them. Look at this. It's insane. Look at all these. There's got to be a few hundred of them just in this section alone. This is huge. It just keeps going. What the heck? I don't even know what this is. I think it's calcite. I've never seen anything like it before. Little side drift here doesn't go anywhere. More of them. Looks like we've got an air door here. Wow. These are really unique. Never seen anything like it. Look at it from behind. Oops, I just knocked one down. Those are crazy. Huh. Little dog hole here. Like they punched into something else. Bucket. That probably would have been for livestock that they had in here. Donkeys, mainly. This is kind of weird. Got a hole right here and then over here to the right. Looks interesting. Let's see what's back to the right here. Oh, it's caved there. This part appears to be in bad shape. I don't know if we'll climb up there. Maybe some other time. All right. See if we can get up here. Real interesting looking workings. A little bit of a stope that they started punching out. All right, let's see what's down here. Another intersection. This looks like Ray's. Maybe. Oh wow, look at the fluorite. I didn't even see that. Look at that vein of it. Sorry, the camera won't focus. Let's fix that. There we go. Wow. There's a lot of it in here. That's cool. It's kind of hard for me to pick up on it when there is any, because I'm colorblind-ish. Let's see, I'm trying to look for anything else interesting mineral-wise. I'm not really seeing anything other than fluorite. We'll go down this drift here. See, that's another little hole up into something. Place just a maze. Here's a decommissioned powder box. See, here's another deal. It's like they were gonna start building the stope here and then they just didn't. Because that's what all this stuff is. This is for preparing to stope. See if we see anything interesting. Not really here, but they did drift on it a little bit. Another stope. It's pretty interesting. Weird little mine here. So far, that goes nowhere. So windy in here. Very interesting workings. Drift over here to our right. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Seems to be modern-ish airline. Another dog hole into the stopes. The areas that they were going to stope, but they didn't. See, there's a hole right here. Whoa, that's a big hole. Look at that. Throw a rock down there. So there's a pretty good sized stope below us. I don't know where all that material is coming from. That's weird. Let's see, what do we have over here? Whoa, that's a big stope. It's not that big, but it's very interesting because, you have these little dog holes all over it. That appears to be the bottom. We'll get some more light here. Pretty interesting. And then right up here, I noticed this. We have another really big stope, but we're at the bottom of this stope. Look at that thing. That's huge. That's pretty cool. We'll go back over to the left here. Okay, so it looks like we'll be able to get around to the other side of the stope. Look at that. That's a proper stope. Another one of the holes into the stope. Pretty cool. Here's another hole going off to somewhere. Let's send a rock down there. So there's part of another big stope below us. All right. Guess we'll stick to the right-hand rule here. So, we're at a part in this drift that's very interesting. We have all these steel, well, they're not steels, but they're just random. I don't actually really know what that is. They kind of look like track switch handles that have been shoved up into drill holes for no reason. No apparent reason. So. Huh. How about work hard? We have a whole bunch of switches and stuff. Air receiver. That's a nice ore car. Oh, we have a shaft. Another shaft. That's another deep hole. The airline's just hanging there. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, we have like a little transformer bay. Look at that, 440 volts. Danger, keep out. It's cool. What do we have over here? Doesn't go anywhere, but there's the footings for a hoist. So this is one of the little doodads where in the manway compartment of this, what looks to be 3-compartment shaft, they had probably at different levels hoists for just for the manway compartment, or you know, maybe there's a little like utility skip, and they'd use that for stuff. So that's kind of cool. See what's over this way. Grizzly. So they were loading out like that, I guess. That's pretty cool. Big old chain and hook right here. Powder box, random hose, random stuff. And then here's a little timber flat car. Well, I think my lens is fogging up real good. We'll have to fix that. Yeah. Climbing up this big stope now in here. It's very loose in here. Wow, this looks big. Holy cow. It's just blackness. Whoa. That is ginormous. This is a lot of work. Going up this thing. Oh man. It's really starting to open up. Holy smokes. That's how far I've already come up. Damn. This is going to be quite the task to climb up. Crazy. Taking a breather here. Dang. It's ridiculous. I want to try and get to the top. Interesting rock. Real wet in here, or just a lot of water dripping. What a workout to get up this thing. Fairly difficult to comprehend the scale.
What? Mm-hmm.
So we just found this other stope in a little dog hole from the original stope we were in. We just came around the corner there and we were able to find our way into this. Whole bunch of old shovels. So yeah, this is a side of the stope that we just came down. It opens up right in there. And I wonder if there's a way across to that drift. All right. So there is a top to this thing, and it's way up there. So we just got out of that stope, and now we're going along the drift that kind of parallels it. Got all sorts of holes. That might be the bottom of that stope that we saw on the other level.
The one we walked across?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is that hole. I chucked the rock down.
To the left here we have, these workings are really muddy. Looks like a chute and just drifts going off in every direction. Here's powder box with powder in it. Look at that. Still in there. That probably goes up into a stope, but I think we're gonna stick to the straight part here. I just saw that and started wandering. More of these draw points. This looks interesting. What's going on here? Oh, it keeps going. This looks like stope that is broken through. You gotta be really careful where I step. Yeah. You can see that's just being all hung up in there. Let's see, what do we have here? Just kind of trash drift by the looks of it.
Yeah,
Here we have,
well, I can't.
this looks like a slusher Chinaman
I'm
setup, not a chute. So maybe they had a slusher over there. They have some bolts over there and hangers where they could have mounted one up. the way that works is you have a slusher and it pulls up this chute, and then the chute gives it enough elevation to dump it into the ore car. So you can run a slusher drift that way, which means you don't need a mucking machine, you just need a slusher, and you don't have to hand muck anything for the most part. All these drifts are extremely similar in size. Like everything is very, they didn't take any more than they needed to out of this mountain, which is pretty cool, I think. More powder boxes. They seem to have just left a lot of those in here. Do some caps and fuse, or just fuse. Pretty good shape here. You can see DuPont, 45% strength. 1 inch wide, 8 inches long. Pretty good box. Well, this looks interesting. That just looks gone. So we'll go to the right here. Oh my gosh, more powder boxes. I don't actually think there's powder in here, but man, they left a ton of powder boxes down here. Like a ton. I think there's too much mud for us to see what they are. But I'm sure they're just the same as the other ones. Here's another one with powder in it. A few of these have powder, by the way.
Yeah, I saw one with some nice sticks back there.
Yeah.
Fuse. Does this fuse have caps, man?
I don't know. It might just have an igniter on it. I'm not gonna try and find out. Well, that's it for this drift. We'll go find another one. Okay, back down this drift, I guess. That just looks like goes to the other side of that Chinaman deal. Let's see, right over here. Rays going up. Real wet in this one. Looks like another draw point for a stope. This might go somewhere. Looks like someone's climbed up it. That's it for this one. I guess we'll give this drift to the right a try. Little kind of just workbench, I guess. More powder boxes, because there aren't enough in this mine already. Let's see. Looks like just some random holes. I think these are all kind of just slusher drifts underneath draw points for the stope. Let's see what we've got here. That likely goes nowhere. Just based on the fact that there's no rail. Man, these workings are small and low. Well, straight ahead is gone. Old glass jug right here. Well, our only option is to the right now. More powder boxes. Shovel.
Oh, wow.
To the left is just gone, and to the right is gone. As you can see, it's just ginormous slab has come down from whatever stope that this was under. But here's a big muck plate. Those holes there were probably for rivets. The muck plate was probably meant to be for something else, and you know, they repurposed it as a muck plate. So, all right, well, let's go find another drift. All right, we're back by the Grizzly where the shaft station is, and we're gonna go down this drift.
No.
Man, there's powder brook boxes everywhere you look in this mine. It's incredible. Here's the frame for an ore car. Oh, there's the actual cart itself. Powder boxes and stuff. Here's another little flat car. We're gonna go to the left here. Ooh, another powder box. There is some powder in there.
Yeah.
And here we have a chute. All rough sawn timber and stoles for this chute. So windy in here. Another powder box, another powder box. Here we have Atlas. Just powder boxes everywhere you look. There's enough for the whole family in this mine. Man, there's just crap all over. Workings all over. More boxes. Right here you can see where they were driving this drift, and they were gonna put slide rail in for their mucker and they didn't. There's more garbage. Man, I love this mine because you just don't know what you're gonna find around the corner. It's unpredictable. Bunch of plates for rail. Huh. I think we've got ourselves a stope here. Again. Wow. Quite a narrow one compared to the last one. But I imagine she's deep. Interesting. I wonder if you can get over to the right here carefully. Pulled a bunch of ties up. Looks like some hose right there. Interesting. So we just found an insane amount of powder boxes. They're all just left right here and they're in perfect shape. They threw so many in this little drift. It's crazy. And right here, this stole appears to be for kind of, donkeys, tying them up in one place. And then you can see all the carts that have gone by and scraped this right next to the rail. So, looks like right here we have some powder boxes and some carbide tin right here, as you can see. Two of them. One of them is full of spent carbide. And then back there's some more boxes. And then it looks like we have some igniters, and then there's a cap right down there as well. All pretty interesting stuff that you find in these workings. More power boxes, of course. Some hose. It's interesting. That's the modern style too. To the right, it kind of looks like there's an air door. Little jack tank right here.
Oh, yeah.
What do we have right here? oil, I think, but I'm not sure for what. That's not rock drill oil, is it? I'm not sure. Assume it says it shows airplanes, cars, boats. So it's probably just regular engine oil. Got a shovel. Vein's pretty well exposed. A vein is pretty well exposed right here. Pulled the rail up in here, it's not great. Weird little side drift pockets. What the heck? Yeah, it looks like it faces out right there. Curious what this is. What do you know? More workings. That's really funky. I wonder if we popped into another mine. These workings are so bizarre. They just run kind of everywhere. Right or left? Maybe you're right. Looks like there's some rail right over here. How did we get back over here?
Wait, this connects.
Yeah, we're back in that first stope.
Oh, no way.
Huh, that's really funky. All right, well, we know where that drift goes, I guess. Real bad kind of shale and schisty ground in here. All right, back down. Holy crap. These are pretty good. They're small, but they're rather thick. No powder in that one. And really opens up right in here. Looking back here, you can see the chute and just all this formation. Pretty insane. And there's even more right here. Whoa, look at this powder box. Totally encapsulated in these calcite crystals. Frame for a car. Pretty good drift so far. Here's a look at a glob of these things. Some of them are kind of like popcorn. Here's some fluorite. Pretty well defined right here. Part of a cart. Just so much of these formation is in here. It's crazy. Little collapse right here. Interesting how they were running power back here. What could this be? Oh, I know what this is. This is a little mule stable. Or for, not mule, sorry, donkey. I don't know why I call them mule stables. Yeah. Because that would have been a little kind of trough to feed them in. Look, we have a bunch of black calcite variations of the same formation. I'm curious what's down here. Man, there's so much of this formation down here. Gets real narrow in here. Jeez. This looks like it goes somewhere interesting. So that dog hole was bad, so we are gonna go down here. Look at these are more like fins or sails. Parts of an ore car. It's working, they're just so interesting. I've never been in anything like these. Drift going to the left there. We'll continue straight for now. Something off to the right here. A bunch of stuff they've been storing. We have a raise right here. Oh, that's cool. Look at that ladder. Got a receiver. Muck plate, powder boxes. Some big old ladders. Another looks to be raised. I guess we can go left. No. That faces. But if those, I wonder if that's for. Wonder if these are long holes. Oh yeah, this is where a core drill rig was. So they were core drilling from this drift out. Yeah, there's just these little dog holes going up into the stopes everywhere in here. Yeah, these workings are a mess. Kind of tough to get through this. Huh, it just faces out right here. Look, they had slide rail. Means they were using a 12B. Alright, down this other drift that we didn't really hit. Whoa, check out this winds. Here's a little powder box converted into a cabinet. And then right here you can see the winds. And then right there, that plate is to catch the bucket and dump it. And then over here it looks like we have something interesting. Oh yeah. That's all stoped down below. A lot more powder boxes. Well, I'm just about out of battery, so we're gonna call it